Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Collective Minds podcast. I got me, Astral, your boy Jay, and Ledger. Let's get into it. So, guys, let's start off with just a hot topic that just came out. New news story. 2 fatalities are reported after a Black Hawk helicopter crashed onto an Alabama highway this afternoon. Crash occurred on Highway 53 near the intersection of Burrow Road and Madison County near the Alabama-Tennessee border, according to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. The helicopter belonged to the Tennessee National Guard, according to officials. However, interesting thing about this is it is a crime scene, which I'm sure there's always going to be an investigation with these things. But I just want to start off with it and be like, do you guys think this is going to become something?
There is a great possibility. It just depends on if the media is told what to do or not.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
wondering
my
what.
question is, why is it a crime scene?
Right, because usually it would be an accident, but it is taped off and it was said that this is a crime scene. It
Hmm.
says it's too premature to discuss possible causes of the crash. Like all military aircraft mishaps, the incident will be investigated. But they called it a crime scene. So it was engulfed in flames. It was a total loss, and everyone that was there, it says 2 fatalities, but other reports say everyone died in it. So maybe it was just 2 people in it. I don't know.
A Black Hawk?
Yeah, which I'm doubting, right? I'm doubting there's only 2 people in it, but I don't know anything about them.
They could have been transporting something,
Ooh.
and that could justify a crime scene.
I
You know, like
wonder.
down the helicopter, take the goods, leave.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It'd have to be something hard and that could survive a crash like that. Unless it was in like, I guess boxes, carrier boxes or something like that.
Well,
That's
like a
that's crazy.
transportation box, or like, a Pelican box in a Pelican
Mhm.
box in a Pelican
Yep.
box.
Yeah, something indestructible. Ooh, could it be uranium? But it was the National Guard though, I believe.
Was it?
Still, it's
Yeah.
the same. It's a military branch.
That's pretty interesting. I was just thinking like, the train derailment and then all this other stuff getting blown out of the air. All of a sudden, a Black Hawk is down. The fatalities.
Did you say Black Hawk or Black Cock?
You making that same joke? That's so funny. You know exactly what I said, Ledger.
Because either or, man. Way different.
2 fatalities after Black Cock went down. You're hilarious. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to cover this, if more is going to come out of this, whatever's going on with it, But I saw that it just popped up. I'm like, So it's still early. However, watch them change the story. It'll all of a sudden not be reported as an accident. All right, so let's talk. What the hell is going on in Hawaii, Jay? With the power keeps going out. How many times has this been happening?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Nathan keeps saying that the power keeps going out. I'm wondering if I don't know. If he's saying it wasn't weather related.
I don't know.
I'm just wondering if they're practicing shutting down power or something. Something weird's going on, everybody. So those that don't know, they keep losing power over there.
The grid on the island is decent. It's not old, it's not new, and it's for what it is, it should keep working. So I'm not sure.
It's weird because they were testing other stuff there before, I believe, when they were pushing hard on people like getting a certain shot. Because it's kind of like not secluded. Well, it is secluded from like the mainland, but it's concentrated with people, and they're all under the same policy.
Oh yeah.
Kind of, you can't just like drive to the next state over in different laws.
Yeah. Well, you can take a boat to the next state or next island.
Yeah. Are they all ran differently though?
Yeah.
Or do they all have the same governor though, right?
One governor, but different mayors.
Okay. Yeah, because different
Oh,
cities.
so it kind of like takes
Yeah.
all of them up as a vote. Like the mayors would kind of like be the governors in a certain state, kind of. Like
Yeah, like the mayors, yeah, but they're all ran by the same governor. So let's talk a little bit about China. They said Wednesday that they will take measures against the U.S. entities related to the downing of the suspected Chinese spy balloon off the American coast. So China is still saying, "Oh, it just blew off course. It was just a balloon." But if they cared about it so much, why would they let that happen? And now they're talking a whole bunch of crap about the U.S. shooting down the balloon. It's pretty funny. So I'm not sure if let's see if they say what they're going to do. They're never specific about this stuff. The U.S. House subsequently voted unanimously to condemn China for a brazen violation of U.S. sovereignty and efforts to deceive the international community through false claims about an intelligence collection campaign. So China is denying that the balloon was a military asset, but it's they're trying to threaten the U.S. that the U.S. is in trouble because they shot it down, but it's not a military asset and it's not a big enough deal that they wouldn't catch it before it flew all the way over here, which is funny, right? So here's another title though, because I was thinking like this was a good way. I was kind of talking about it last night on the short video I made, is that the U.S. might be shooting down their own balloons and saying it's China, is quite possibly what's going on here. And China's just taking the credit for it and it's trying to, because they've trained everyone so much to look at Russia as the bad guy. And now that it's like they're trying to make China kind of seem, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But it feels like they're working together. It really does. Because if you're going to shoot down the balloon, why'd it take so long? And you waited perfectly right after that train derailed to shoot the thing. So it filled up the news. And ever since then, they've shot down 4 total floating objects. 3 they're calling UFOs. Each have taken up all the space on the news. And you are just now hearing about this train in the mainstream media. They were not talking about it. So here's another title that was just a couple hours ago. China says U.S. balloons flew over Xinjiang and Tibet and warns of countermeasures. So these clowns, Joe Biden and Xi Jinping, are going to start blowing up each other's balloons, or this is what I think is really happening. I think they're going to start shooting their own balloons and saying it's the other person's balloon. And I this is the funniest thing that I'm getting from this. What the hell is going on here?
They're trying to entice the war.
That's what it feels like, right? That's exactly what it felt like with the first balloon. And I mean, when they finally shot it down, I'm like, oh, this is a thing. It's like staged. Why would you take so long to do it? And then all of a sudden there's 3 more. They're like, we don't know what it was though. Who knows what it was? Isn't that crazy? Now all of a sudden a helicopter goes down today after China just threatened the U.S. This is diplomatic friction festered between the United States and China on today, Wednesday, as Beijing charged that U.S. high-altitude balloons flew over its Xinjiang and Tibet regions and said it would take measures against U.S. entities that undermine Chinese sovereignty. So it's like the news is written, and of course it's, liberal news, but they're being locked in a tussle over flying objects after the U.S. military this month shot down what it called a Chinese spy balloon over the coast of South Carolina. Beijing says its balloon was a civilian research vessel mistakenly blown off course and that Washington overreacted. So they're bickering. They're bickering about I mean, I'm sorry, but if your balloon floats over another country, it's not your balloon anymore. And we're talking about alleged, not spy balloons. China says it's not. The U.S. blows up their not spy balloon, and they get mad. What, a week and a half later? And then now China's saying, well, you had balloons over here too. I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like they're trying to heat something up to kind of give a reason when they invade Taiwan, is what it looks like.
This is like being invited to a party. You bring your own balloons and you pop your own balloons and claim the host did it.
BYOB.
And then the host pops their own balloons too and claims that you did it. Like this is really stupid.
And they're like, I don't even care. And they're like, you're gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
It is. It's like they're trying to get the masses annoyed with China, and that would allow the US to justify sending, Ukraine kind of money to Taiwan.
Yeah.
When China inevitably attacks and tries taking over or does succeed. Yeah. That's what it looks like to me. So, train derailment. That's getting interesting, isn't it? I guess there's 3 chemical spills now, but that's the biggest one, and they're downplaying it and hiding it, and I guess it's going to be horrible.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about how it just coincidental all these things are happening, and it's like, is this the new age war that we're really in now? Everything you need all around you is being attacked and destroyed, but it's written in the headlines as, oh, this is just another random occurrence of something happening. What do you guys think about that? Animals dying, people getting sick. It's in the water, it's in the crops, it's in the food, and then they burned it. And I went through the first reports last night was that it ignited. Well, CNN. I read CNN's report because that was fun, but it ignited, and it's like, no. They ignited it on purpose, and they said that they could not say that it was only being released via the pressure valves. So they opened the pressure valves instead of letting it like leak out or gas out or whatever. They lit it on fire. So it's like a torch blowing out of that thing into the air all over. And it's heavy. A percentage about the chemical that we know, it's heavy. It hits the ground and it's clear. You can't smell it. You don't even know it's there. That's why all the animals are dying. That's why it's in the water. Big no that's going on with that. And we could see it affect a third of the United States if they don't do something about this. And there's a good chance it was all done on purpose.
Yeah, I think it was intentional.
What do you think their
Like
plan is on that?
die off, mass migration of people out of those areas for some reason. Like there are containment protocols for those stuff. Like if there's a small leak, I'm pretty sure they could have hooked up like a gas tank truck thing and offloaded that chemical into that other truck. Like from one tank, from the train tanker to like an 18-wheeler tanker for chemicals. They could have done that. They could have transferred it from the broken tanker to one on wheels. But why didn't they do that?
Yeah, why did they feel the need to burn it off like that?
Yeah.
Got to be a die off plan. I mean, total chaos. It's attacking the economy. It's disrupting the supply chain. It's putting people in fear. I mean, I was saying that last night is why are they finally like, look in the sky, look at what we're doing up here, look. And I think it's because they don't want us looking at the ground.
Well, they don't want us to look at the Epstein list.
The
I mean,
Epstein list and
yeah,
everything else that's going on and how it's all just happening all at once and it can't be coincidental.
yeah.
We're being attacked. That Epstein release list could quite well be, I mean, it could be fabricated, probably not, but it could be being released to don't look at this. It's like so many things are happening and it's like one big circle, like that Spider-Man meme where it's a bunch of them, they're pointing at each other. It's just a big circle of like, don't look here, look over here, don't look here. And you're just spinning around going, what is going on here? I think there's some big moves being made right now. And then, we found out that Biden blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. Like officially, we know that the U.S. blew up Russia's pipeline.
Well,
What?
he technically said it
He did.
like way back when, but no one really took it in that context.
That's nuclear war kind of stuff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like cutting off oil to Europe from Russia. I mean, if I didn't know any better, we'd be a way bigger superpower that pretty much runs everything and everyone else knows it. And for some reason, we have crazy technology or something because why would these people not attack us at this point? Very interesting. So, other news, we went from the Satanic Grammys to the Satanic Super Bowl. How was that for you, Jay?
The official video that the NFL uploaded didn't have the very, very ending of the halftime show where Rihanna was doing the pyramid sign with her hand.
I
Yeah,
saw
and
that.
everybody to turn their phones off.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a big sign that told everybody to turn all their lights off.
No shit.
Yeah.
But they were trying to control that or at least get as little. Well, I'm sure. How many people are at the Super Bowl? Like live,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if
And
at
on
least
the
even half of them
TV.
recorded that. It'd be everywhere. Rihanna was dressed as the whore of Babylon
What they say?
on 7 pillars, riding on 7 pillars that were reflective on the bottom, as above, so below. Yeah, and then I find out she's doing the triangle, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The all-seeing eye triangle. I mean, they want to be like your guys are crazy. It's coincidental, and then you can find every celebrity like ever doing the same hand signals and stuff. And then and then the Super Bowl. Why would they not put that on the TV? I guess there was a time too when I noticed it as well. It actually kicked me off of the page I was watching, but the Super Bowl a couple times started freezing. I guess one of the times it did that for like everybody on cable and everything. It was stuck on like number 66 jersey, and then you could like see his shoulder or something. And it was like 666 right there on the TV, frozen on it. And I'm like, oh wow, they don't even hide it in
No.
plain view. They just rub it in your face, just like the Grammys. What? How do people not see this crazy shit? And just it's wild. The Grammys was satanic AF, just right in your face, and then the Super Bowl, boom, right there. I guess people were actually able to guess the exact scores, the 38-35. Yeah, because of like the numbers and stuff and how it goes into these rituals. People were actually able to guess exactly the scores. And I saw it. I went and I heard the video of people saying it before. Just a couple people that are around that do kind of like the deep diving on the people that do the number stuff is what it is.
Mm.
Yeah. like Donut and his buddies. Donut didn't do it, but his buddies did it. I was like, wow, they actually knew. They don't know why, of course, but just with everything that's going on, like the numbers, not sure what it means. But what do you think, you guys? What do you think the next big satanic thing is going to be, or the next catastrophic something? You think it's with the money? Because right now they're freaking out about it.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to put Joe Biden's face on him.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
$166 bill.
Well, here's the thing. It'll actually that's when it'll be worthless because that's exactly him. It reflects it perfectly. I'm all down for that. We should put his face on the money because it's completely worthless. So yeah, CNN Congress needs to act soon to avoid catastrophic U.S. debt default. Very interesting. So they still haven't made a decision on that. I think that could be why everything's heating up. Something's gonna happen, guys. With the dollar, something's gonna happen. Federal government will be unable to fully pay its obligations sometime between July and September if Congress doesn't address the debt limit before then, the Congressional Budget Office said Wednesday, which seems like a lot of time, but for this kind of thing, these people take forever to get anything done. It's pretty much them being like, "Oh, I got to do my homework. I forgot I had to do it. Dude, it's due in the morning. I got to do it tonight." We're talking July and September. The CBO stressed in its report that its projection is uncertain because the timing and amount of revenue collected in months could differ from its estimates. For instance, if income tax receipts in April come in lower than expected because of last year's stock market downturn, the extraordinary measures may be exhausted sooner and the government could run out of funds before July. That's talking government shutdown.
Speaking of taxes, wasn't there like a article or like a news thing where the IRS is telling 22 states not to file taxes yet?
I saw a thing a while ago saying not to do it early.
Yeah.
I saw that, which I've already done mine, which I would say I didn't do it early. I waited like a week longer than I usually wait. So they get what they get. However, I did notice certain cuts or something this year. I'm getting like back half of what I typically do. So they did something. I've heard that a lot is that a lot of the reductions and stuff this past year have been like taken out or reduced a ton, which it's not like they broadcast that all over the place, but I don't know. It's getting crazy. And then you can't, I mean, with that many, it probably had to reduce the reduction so they could pay for all those IRS agents they just hired. Who knows? Might not be a bad time to become an IRS agent. Yeah, weird tax stuff. I mean, they're so behind with how much money they just threw away and laundered, but I'm wondering what it's all coming down to. Because you're right. Like, it is a distraction. Could it be the Epstein list? I doubt it. That is a huge thing. But I believe what I saw earlier that you guys were like reporting or showing about was that it's only part of the list that they're releasing. Why would they only do that? It's like only shooting. It's like telling you about the balloon before they shoot it and then going, oh, we're shooting 3 other random things, but we're going to call it unidentified flying objects. And then when people ask if it's aliens, we're going to go, we haven't ruled out aliens. Even though they know it's not, they know it's not fucking aliens. So it's almost like they're throwing out the bait to get you hooked and then to slowly reel you in with that. So it's like, what is really happening? Maybe it could be a financial crisis. People just not realizing it. What's going on right now? Something is about to impact us, I believe, here soon. And it's going to be like COVID, something big like that, something we've never seen before, something that we couldn't imagine. I mean, before COVID, if like 2 years before that, if I was like, this is what's going to happen in 2 years, no one would believe it. No way. They'd be like, they couldn't do that. That's unconstitutional. That's against the law. They would never do that. They wouldn't take your rights away for a false sense of security and then force something into you that is now that was untested and having drastic measures and taking people's lives away. And then we wouldn't think that they would be trying to start a war with China together. Or derailing trains and poisoning.
It could be a fake alien invasion, like all of this alien stuff in the news.
Project Bluebeam, yeah, but I don't think that's what they're doing.
Well, they do still have that and that card up their sleeve if they want to play it. Like I guess it has to be so desperate enough for them to be like, bring out the aliens. We need to distract everyone right now.
I think they have AI making most of their decisions for them. The reason I don't think it would be Bluebeam is because hashtag like Project Bluebeam went viral on Twitter. That's why. And I had a regular Joe, 2 of them, that just started talking about it, and I'm sitting there listening and listening. He's talking to my buddy about it, and just listening to them talk like, oh, did you see? And yeah, and those videos that came out, because like those are trending again about like they've been out for like 2 years or something, but those Navy videos of the UFO like flying and then going into the water and stuff.
Oh, the Tic Tac UFOs.
This one wasn't a tic tac though. This one was the triangle where they're seeing it
Oh,
from like the not the radar. It's on a camera and it's just like going fast. It's really an insignificant video. But that was when the U.S. government was saying like, yes, these are something and we don't know what they are or where they come from. I think they're using that kind of stuff to look because you have the everyday Joes just going, wow, like this is crazy. The US is shooting down UFOs. Like, and then there's these videos to go with them where they're like, yeah, these are something else. It's not ours, and we don't know where they came from. They don't act normal. You know what I
yeah, and
think?
they sound really conspiracy
Yeah.
theory
Right.
person.
Yeah. When the government wants you to, just like I believe back when the Cold War, when they were like Area 51, right?
Yeah,
And
Mhm.
all of a sudden, the government's like, what do you guys think it is? Green little Martians? And people are like, holy shit, it's probably green little Martians because the government's mocking us for it. And it's like, no, reverse. It's,
psychology.
yeah, they're getting you to pretend to get you to think that you came up with that or that they're hiding that. The truth of the
I
matter,
just,
it is whatever that technology was, our own government had it. They were test flying them, whatever it
Hmm.
is, or wherever it came from, or who knows, but that was their cover up. So now they're doing the same exact thing again, 80 something years later, going, yeah, we have to release this because finally, and people are like, it's UFOs, it's UFOs, are shooting down UFOs. And it's like, keep looking up in the sky. Keep looking up in the sky. Don't look down here. Don't look around you. Don't look at the financial situation we're in. Don't look at the power grid in Hawaii or anywhere at this point. Don't look at the
Don't,
massive earthquake that happened. That was
don't don't
interesting.
don't look at the dead fish in the water
Yeah, that earthquake, that uh
in Turkey.
oh yeah, like I don't even know how much. It was like close to 100 ambassadors pulled out like less than a week before that earthquake happened, like 5 days before that earthquake happened. And the UN told Turkey because Turkey didn't want, oh, what was the state or not state country? Switzerland, I believe. Yeah, to join the UN, and the UN threatened Turkey that something big would be done against them.
Mm.
All of a sudden, all those ambassadors get pulled out, and an earthquake comes out and kills 33,000 people. I believe it was that number 33 popping out again. Crazy world. Yeah, it's pretty nuts when the average Joe's like, yeah, aliens, and I'm just sitting here like, you have no idea. They're like, did you see that? Did you see that? I'm like, yeah. You know how it like was flying incredibly fast and did like a 90-degree turn. He's like, yeah, and it went in the water. And I'm like, yeah. And it didn't make a splash. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Holograms. Look at that. I think it's those same holograms they're gonna end up doing Project Bluebeam with if they ever go ahead with it.
So um about that Turkey earthquake, did you guys know that right before the earthquake happened, there were like blue flashes in the sky?
what?
Yeah.
Like not from the ocean or what?
N No, it was just blue flashes in the sky, and as those flashes started to like like one would happen on the right, one would happen on the left, and this guy was like pretty high up, I guess, like on the top floor of one of those residential buildings, and he's just recording the the flashes of light happening in the sky, and then all of a sudden, like in the distance, because he's in the city, like the lights start to cut out because the
Oh,
earthquake was
like in a
happening.
Marvel movie?
Yeah, like the earthquake
What?
was happening, and then um,
So we're
the
going power
lights
back.
all around just they cut out because power went out. But then the lights were still going, like there's flashes of blue light in the
I have a
sky.
question about this whole thing. What if like Greek gods and stuff,
Yep.
Greek mythology? What if that was real and they're all getting mad at us and like we made deals with them, like Hades and stuff? That'd be nuts.
I can see that if it was Thor.
Jews are having a lightning storm, blue light attack instead of the balloons.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's videos about that, like of those flashing lights in the sky.
that's what crazy.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming to another episode of the Collective Minds podcast. Make sure to check out that Rumble, hit that like, subscribe, share wherever you're listening to us on. Thank you. It's been great. We'll see you on the next one. We are out.